Okay, we are live.
We're live on Facebook.
Oh.
All right. Hi, everyone. Excuse me. Hi, everyone. Welcome to What's the Tea. We're going to give people a couple minutes to tune in. So as we do, let's talk about what tea we're drinking. Hope you all brought your tea. If you didn't bring your tea, go ahead and start brewing right now. We'll give you a couple minutes to brew to get your tea. So today I'm drinking pomegranate raspberry. It's pretty good. It's the first time I actually tried it. Usually I stick to chamomile, but today I said I'm going to try something different since today is a special day. So we'll talk about that in this video. What kind of tea are you drinking, Kris?
I am drinking lemon orange tea.
Lemon orange tea sounds good.
Yeah, I love citrus teas. You know, any kind of citrus. So that's what I'm drinking today.
Okay, good. Yeah, this tea is really good. I can't really talk about the benefits. I'm sure every tea has some benefits.
It has some benefits,
but
right?
It tastes really good. My mom always tells me that I gotta drink tea, especially with the virus going on right now. She says it's really good for you, just in case you do have it. So I listen to my mom and I drink my tea.
That's always good.
It is good. So today we're going to talk about a couple of things in this episode. So if you all don't know what exactly this is, we do have a What's the Tea episode every single Tuesday at 1 o'clock. And so what it is we interview, community education department interviews staff from a whole different department. And we talk about various things. So South Suburban Family Shelter, we have been providing services to people impacted by domestic violence for 40 years now. So today we'll be celebrating our birthday. I'm going to be talking about, we'll be talking about fundraising. We'll talk about our own values as an organization, how we support and nurture our own development by working together. We'll give some insight into what happens with donations and how they're distributed within the agency. And we'll also talk about some ways that you all can help us as an organization. So going back to the fact that today is our birthday, we are celebrating. Yes, it's a very, very special day. So South Suburban Family Shelter for the past 40 years has been serving people impacted by domestic violence. 40 years, guys, that's a long time. We've come a long way. We did start off as just a shelter. Now we have various programs. We offer so much to our clients. We've developed, we've brought a lot of change to people's lives. We've made a difference. So that's definitely something we're celebrating. So pick up your tea and cheers to that.
Yay,
cheers to 40 years.
Cheers to that. Yes. And looking forward to 40 more.
Yes. So having said that, I do want to say that we still have a long way to go. We're definitely not where we want to be yet because domestic violence is still very prevalent in our communities, unfortunately. So there's still a whole lot we can do. I do encourage you viewers, if there's anything that you feel that you can do to help out. I know in trying times like this with so much going on in the world, we might be sitting around thinking, well, what can we do to help? So that's something that Kris and I are going to talk about in this interview is what you can do to help us. So I'll go ahead and start this interview by, I do have the pleasure to introduce our very own Development and Communications Director, Christine Scott.
Hi.
How are you doing today, Christine?
I'm good. I'm excited about this talk.
Yes, birthday party here. So if you can see here, we do have some happy birthday banners. I've got 40th birthday up here, so we're celebrating. So we'd like to hear a little bit about you, Kris. Can you tell us about your role in the agency and what brought you here?
Well, I am, like you said, the Director of Development and Communications. My role here is to work with the team, the development team. I manage all of our aspects of fundraising and also the marketing of the organization. I came here because I've been fond of this organization for years. I've been in nonprofit for almost 30 years now. And when the position became available, a friend of mine who had received services from South Suburban Family Shelter years ago, she said, you should go for it. It's a great organization. And so the rest is history. I've been here since January and I've just fallen more in love with the organization.
That's amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've done in the past and what brought you here?
I've always been in nonprofit.
Yeah.
always in fundraising. I kind of fell
Okay.
into it. I don't think anybody grows up and say, hey, I want to put all that pressure on myself and become a development director. You kind of fall into it.
Okay.
I've always worked for advocacy organizations. The last organization I was with, it was a social justice community organizing organization. So, and I was in the same role there, development and communications. So
Okay.
I love it. I love this work. I love being able to connect people's money with their heart's desire.
Yes, I love it. It sounds like you have so much passion for what you do, and I am very pleased to have you with us.
Thank
It is a
you.
pleasure working with you. It's a pleasure having you in the office. I miss being in the office with you all, but when I was
Yes.
there with you, it was definitely a pleasure being around you.
Oh, thank you. I miss you
No
guys.
problem. Yes, we all miss each other. So since today is our birthday, usually what people do, I know on my birthday, I get a lot of messages. I get phone calls from people saying, how much they care about me, how much I mean to them. So if we can do this for South Suburban Family Shelter, since it is their birthday, you can go first or I can go first, however you want to do it.
About what they can do for us?
So my question is, what does South Suburban Family Shelter mean to you? So what sets them apart from other organizations?
What it means to me, since I've been here, this organization is more like a place for healing. The clients that we serve, we are a full service organization. It's not just the counseling, but we do court advocacy. We really help people rebuild their lives, almost like a reset. So that's what I love. I love the culture of the organization here. Everyone, I know companies say this all the time, that we're like family, but that is really truly how this organization is. And we operate in such excellence. We want to provide services to our clients, because they're in a very vulnerable state. And that's something that I just admire about everyone that I work with here. It's always in excellence that we do anything. And
Yes,
that's what I just love about this organization.
I agree. I agree. I'm also very honored, thankful, proud to be a part of this organization. This is definitely, like you said, I love the culture here at South Suburban Family Shelter. It's a place that we all call home.
Mm-hmm.
In the last episode, Angie and Jenny mentioned that we do still have the founders table, which this is the table that we usually have our lunch on. And it really
Mm-hmm.
feels like we're in our dining room, all
Yes,
having
that's
lunch
true.
together. I do remember on my first day. So like Angie mentioned in her last, in the last T episode, I also, this was my first job after college.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't know what to expect when I'm coming into this agency. I had no idea what it was going to be about. I didn't know what the culture was going to be like. But on day one, I did realize that this is really kind of like home.
Yes.
So this place gives us so much trust and flexibility. And so that really motivates me to do the best that I possibly can.
Yes.
I remember my supervision. So we were talking about earlier in my supervision on my very first day with my supervisor, Carrie,
Uh-huh.
she accidentally called the agency home. And then she's like, oh, I meant to say office.
Yeah.
But she said home. And from that very first day, I said, oh, so, okay. So I realized that, these people, all the staff think of this place as home.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
there's really a true sense of communication, of community and family. Everybody, communicates with each other. Everybody was so welcoming.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then the whole staff is very genuine. Everybody has different stories, but they're all here for the same reason.
Yeah.
So
And that's
happy
something,
birthday.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
appreciate that. I'm sorry. I appreciate that. There's just such an authenticity about everyone
Definitely.
here, and you said that everyone is genuine. And I just, one of my favorite things that has happened recently, everything that's happening in the world, it just seems like the world is totally upside down. And our executive director, she honestly cares about everyone here. When all the things that have been happening with the murder of George Floyd and all of that, Jennifer just checked on all of us just to make sure that we're okay. And that means a lot. It lets you know, hey, it starts at the top and it just flows down. And so I love it. I love it.
Yeah. for a lot of people, it might be easier to not acknowledge it, because acknowledging and speaking to us about it is a little bit difficult. But
Yeah.
I also love it. I also appreciate it. I appreciate all that the board does for us.
Yes.
Everybody really
Definitely.
does care about each other.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about philanthropy, the culture of philanthropy as it relates to South Suburban Family Shelter. I know, Kris, when you first mentioned to me that that's what you want to focus on for this interview, I did go and Google the word because I had to make sure I knew what we were talking about. So for those who might not know, what is philanthropy?
Philanthropy is really just the act of giving. It's the act of being more concerned about yourself, wanting a better world. And anyone can be a philanthropist. The philanthropist is someone that they donate their time, they donate their money for the greater good, to make this world a better place, no matter what your race, religion, or anything like that. Because when you think about it, even though we have government, change never happened with government dollars. Change happened with people pouring out their hearts and their time to make change. And so that's really what philanthropy is. And that's what I love about what we do in the development department, because we have people that come to us that, yes, this cause is very important to them, but they want to roll up their sleeves or pull out their checkbook just to take this mission further, to make sure that we are providing a safe place for our clients. And so I just love that. It's like you feel good every day.
Yes. Yes. And so I think a lot of people, when they think of this word philanthropy or philanthropist, they think of somebody who has a lot of money, who has a lot to give. Is this the case? Does someone need to have a lot to give in order to be considered a philanthropist?
Not at all. That is the biggest misconception. Our events and volunteer manager, Brittany, recently encountered an 11-year-old girl who, instead of receiving Christmas gifts, she wanted people to donate to her so she can buy things for South Suburban Family Shelter.
Wow.
That she is a philanthropist, because how young, to think of others. She knew that there was a need out there and she wanted to do something about it. That's a philanthropist, and it doesn't matter your class or your net worth. Anybody can be a philanthropist.
That's amazing. That's really inspiring. What must a person do to raise a child like that?
Right. You've done something good.
Yes. So let's move on a little bit and talk about our culture. I know we did already cover a little bit about South Suburban Family Shelter's culture. So how can you describe the culture here at South Suburban Family Shelter?
It's just what I said before. We operate in the highest of excellence here in our integrity. When people give to South Suburban Family Shelter, they can be assured that the money is put to good use. We do not have one of these outlandish budgets. If you come to our office, it's not like we have the best of everything here, but we use that money wisely, and we use that money to support all the programs, counseling, court advocacy, the medical advocates, just that's just it, the excellence that we operate in. And we do that with integrity and our values. We're very inclusive. It doesn't matter your sexual orientation, your race, or anything like that. That's the culture here. And it starts from the top. Our board gives. Our board is an all hands on deck board. And that's very important. When it starts from the top leadership and it just flows down, our board gives, our director gives, our staff gives. That was one of the things that also impressed me when I got here. For a staff to give at a non-for-profit, and we all know we don't make that much money doing this work, it really is your heart work that you're doing. But for the staff to give back, that speaks volumes to the culture here and to the mission of this organization.
It does. We have a wonderful staff. Everyone cares about our goal, and everyone is very committed towards this goal.
Yeah.
So can you tell us about our goal here at South Suburban Family Shelter? How do different departments collaborate and work together towards this goal?
We collaborate almost on everything. This organization understands that we're stronger together,
Yes.
and that's what, we may be weak on one end, but someone in another department, comes in and may have expertise. There's a lot of talent here with
Yeah.
this organization, even the other jobs that some staff members have. There's some expertise in everyone here. And so our goal as an organization, I believe, is just to broaden our reach. You think about it, 40 years ago at that founders table, after that first year, they served 400 people. And now in our 40th year, South Suburban Family Shelter has touched over 36,000 people annually. That's a lot. And that's something that we should be proud of. I mean, and I think a part of our goal is to create awareness, but also prevention. With community education, the work that you guys do is so important. It starts from, what is it? I think kindergarten and preschool,
Yeah.
all through high school and college. We talk about teen dating, hands are not for hitting with younger kids. And it's like you're starting early. And that's
Yeah.
that prevention that I love about this organization. Yes, we
Yeah.
have the issues here with our victims that need immediate assistance. But on the other hand, we're planting seeds to stop this cycle of domestic violence.
Exactly. Yeah. So we don't, like, to kind of reiterate what you're saying, we don't just focus on this one aspect, because that's
Right,
not going to lead to our goal to
right.
dismantle domestic violence. We do it from all the different sides. We have our PAPE program where we work with abusers.
Yes.
We have different programs to work with victims. And then what we do here as community educators, we also have the prevention program where we talk to the little ones about hands are not for hitting and how to deal with your feelings. And then we talk to the third graders about how to stay safe if there's violence going on in your home, and teen dating violence, and all sorts of conversations that's very important for people to have before.
Right. You're right.
Yeah.
That's a great asset for us. Great asset.
Yeah. So like I said before, we've definitely come a long way in 40 years, but we still have more to go. So I do look forward to that.
Oh, yeah, me too.
So let's talk about how people can help, how people can give, how people can call themselves philanthropists.
Well, one way that they can give in honor of our 40th anniversary, we have a campaign going on now where you can become a monthly donor. We're very, we said, wouldn't it be great for the 40th anniversary that we could get 40 monthly donors? And I think people who are monthly donors, they get it. General operating support is very important to any nonprofit. That makes the nonprofit healthy, that makes us stable, but it also keeps us innovative. When we have those steady line items in our budget, we can think about research or other collaborative efforts that we can do. So that's one way they can help us, is become a monthly donor. Instead of buying your Starbucks coffee, sacrifice 2 weeks, do $10 a month. That you'll be surprised how much of an impact that would make with us. We would of course want more than 40, but our goal is to have 40 monthly donors in honor of our anniversary. That would be great. That would be great.
That would be great.
Yes. And the other ways people can give annually to us. They also might consider putting us in their will, as they do their estate planning. Now, I know sometimes that throws people off, so I don't have that type of money, but sometimes people can, have an extra insurance policy that they'd like to will to South Suburban Family Shelter, or maybe even just $250 out of your estate plan, because we understand that we may not be able to stomp out domestic violence in our lifetime. So this work is going to have to continue. And wouldn't it be great to be a part of that, your legacy, to be a part of helping this organization in domestic violence? So those are just a few ways. And you can support our gala. Because of COVID-19, we weren't able to have our gala in May. It's been rescheduled in October, so people can donate to that. We also have the campaign going on, Benches for Change. If you're a Homewood resident, you've probably seen them throughout downtown Homewood. They're beautiful, beautiful benches throughout Homewood, and they're going to go up for auction in October to help support this,
Yes.
this important work.
They're beautiful benches. I've driven past some of them. I have not seen them all yet.
Yeah.
Especially because I don't go to the office as much anymore. But I have seen pictures and they all look very beautiful.
People have been so creative. It's like,
yes.
Wow, I didn't think about that,
Yeah. So feel free to comment if you need more information on anything that we're talking about. We can definitely answer any of those questions for you.
Or they can go to our website.
Or you can go to our website, ssfs1.org. So what do these donors and volunteers get in return, Kris?
Well, when we talked about what a philanthropist is, we are connecting our donors with what's important to them. If it's important to you to have people be safe, get the counseling that they need, when you make a contribution to South Suburban Family Shelter, you will know that that money has gone to good use, that it's helping people. And that's really what you feel good about what you've done. I know I do when I make contributions. When I give my money here, it's like, I know that I'm contributing, even though I'm a staff person. It's like, here's my money. Let's go forth. Let's go the extra mile here in providing these services. So that's what they get.
Yes, it definitely is a really good feeling when you can help somebody. Is a better feeling than when you get help.
Right. And the other part of it, sometimes they talk about charity versus justice. I look at South Suburban Family Shelter as being both, because the charity part is we get in-kind donations from our donors. So that's helping with the immediate needs, even some of the financial gifts. It helps with the immediate gifts. But on the justice part of giving, that's where South Suburban Family Shelter, we're creating awareness, and we're also working on prevention. So it's like you're doing the immediate, but you're also looking to the future. And that's something really valuable in an organization, I think. And that's what makes us so special and kind of sets us apart, I believe.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so when somebody does donate to us, when somebody becomes a monthly donor, they are promoting change by doing so.
Yes, they're promoting change. They're hoping change to come.
Okay. So can you briefly explain how we proportion our money, where our money comes from, what happens when someone donates to us? Where does that money go?
The money goes
a little bit.
It goes to our programs. We don't have really high overhead or anything like that. Most of that money goes directly to our programs, and they come from various streams. We have our individual giving program. We also have our government grants that we get. We also have foundation grants from private foundations that we give. I've seen where people will have their own family foundation, where they contribute money there. We also have sponsorships, for our various programs that we have for the annual gala. Brittany has done a very good job in soliciting our neighbor businesses to help support this work. So that's where it goes. I firmly believe that people should be confident that we use this money to the best. It goes towards the clients and no mismanagement here.
Yeah. I know that Jenny mentioned in one of the episodes that, the funds that we do get, that we're accustomed to, that we get year by year, these funds are restricted. They cover certain things. So there's certain funds that don't cover the electricity in our offices, but that's something that we need to work with. So these funds, they help with those little things that we don't, they're unrestricted funds that help with everything else.
Yeah, general operating. I think we talked about that before. It's so important. It helps with the health of the organization. It keeps us stable, So when it's not restricted to a specific program, that gives some leeway where we can peg those dollars to what's the most efficient right now. What do we need right now? And to have that general operation support is so important for any nonprofit, but especially for South Suburban Family Shelter, because we do receive government grants for our programs, but it can only go so far.
Yeah. Yeah, these government grants are set up for day-to-day basis, but something like this pandemic, when we did have unexpected needs, that's where we're able to use these donations. That's where we're able to use these other funds.
Yeah, and our donors were very responsive, and we appreciate that so much. You know, it wasn't a day that went by that people didn't call to see what do you need, you know, and that really pulled at my heart because everyone was going through unemployment, people not sure, you know, and concerned about their health. But to reach back and think about South Suburban Family Shelter during that time, that was just awesome. We have such a great community here that
We
supports
really
us.
do. Yeah, I know we had people donate masks to us.
Yes,
I'm extremely grateful for that. The purple mask I received is beautiful. I love it.
Yes.
Okay, so are you ready to move into the questions that we have online?
Sure.
Okay, so let's see what we have, Zach. Do we have any questions online? Zach, so we have Zach on the phone. We have one so far. Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Yes.
So the first question was for Kris, and what are you most excited for the agency as in the future as the development director?
Wow. What I'm most excited about on a personal level, I will be glad when the pandemic is over so we can get out and meet some of our donors. That was some of the things that I was excited about when I first started. You know, we had Jennifer and I had all these plans to go out and have face-to-face meetings with some of our longtime donors. So I'm excited about that. But as the organization as a whole, I'm just excited about how we've been so creative during this pandemic, how we've been thinking creatively of how we can reach more people, how we can work more so in collaboration with each department. And I'm just excited about how we're going to broaden our reach, so to speak. We're going to be able to reach more people in more territories and just educate more people about domestic violence, because I know there were some things I didn't know about, you know, when I started taking the 40-hour training to know exactly what domestic violence is. So I'm excited about that growth.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of ideas of what domestic violence is, but I can relate with you. When I took the training, there were so many things I didn't know. It really opened up my eyes to even when I'm at home or when I'm outside in the community, I recognize things that I didn't recognize before.
Right, definitely.
So it's very interesting.
Yeah.
I would like to encourage those folks who are watching. If you know somebody, most of us do know somebody who has been or is in a violent relationship. And if you do know somebody, please, if there's any safe way that you can help, I encourage you to do so, even if it's just giving somebody our hotline number. This hotline number can be found in the comment section, so we'll go ahead and post that. It is, what is the hotline number, Kris? 708-335-3028, is that right?
You got it.
Got it by memory. So I do encourage you to go ahead and give somebody this hotline number. It could really make a difference. Any other questions there, Zach?
Yes. So next question is it true that South Suburban Family Shelter is rebranding?
We are. There's actually a survey out right now. You can take it. You can go to our Facebook page. And we are, with anything, everyone has to reevaluate themselves. And so that's what we're doing now. We're reevaluating our logo, maybe even our tagline. It's just something that we're exploring, you know, and we figured in this 40th year, why not venture out and see that? You know, we're always relevant, but we want to see where this rebranding can take us. So I would love for people to give us your feedback, even if it's no. I think South Suburban Family Shelter is great. Leave it where it is. We want to hear from you. So that's a great question. That's what's going on with us now.
It really is. I don't know if did you mention where somebody can find this survey?
You can find it on our Facebook page, I believe.
Yes.
There's a way there that you can, the link is there for you to take the survey.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and put this link in the comment section as well.
Yeah,
Any other
and
questions? Okay,
you get a free, entered into a raffle for a gift card. So,
that's right.
Take advantage of that.
That's right. Any other questions, Zach?
Sure, we've got 2 more if that's okay.
Okay.
First question, can you describe an experience you've had pivoting the way that your team does work since the pandemic has kind of been underway?
Well, one thing that has helped us a lot is what community education is doing with these, what's the T, when Angie first brought this idea to us, we thought it was great. It was a way for us to talk about South Suburban Family Shelter and our programs where we wouldn't be able to otherwise. Like I said, Jennifer and I have not been able to go out and meet with donors, but this is an education for donors, even those that may not know all that we do. So this is one way that has helped our team. We have been very creative as how we reach out to our donors. We have a new system where we can email more often to keep people up to date on what's going on. A lot of donors were concerned about us during the pandemic. How were we able to provide services? So that's how we pivoted a little bit, just being able to communicate more virtually and also through email.
Thank you. Really good information. You ready for the next one, Zach?
All right, this is the last one we have so far. I'll
Okay.
let you know if that changes, but
Okay.
what is one goal that you have for the agency as a development director?
My one goal is to increase our giving, is to increase it. This is I think South Suburban Family Shelter is a hidden gem, in the community. And I think the more people find out about us, we will increase the giving. And that's my main goal, to increase our foundation giving, but also to increase our individual giving. You can only go after so many foundation grants, but individuals, that's one revenue stream that people, a foundation or a corporation, they have their set of criteria that they have to stay in. But with individuals, it doesn't. It's about what's in your heart. And that's one of my main goals here, is to increase our revenue, increase our support so we can grow.
Exactly. Yeah. If we had more, definitely we could do more. We have the
Yes.
ideas. We have the
yeah.
potential. We have the desire. All we need,
Right.
we need some more help. We need.
That's right. We have the talent.
Yep. All right. Are there any new questions, Zach?
That was it. So I'll go ahead and pass this back to you.
Okay. You can go back into hiding now, Zach. Okay. So I do want to thank you, Kris. Thank you so much for all this information. Do you have any last words? Anything else that you'd like to say?
No, it's just happy birthday to South Suburban Family Shelter. And if it's on your heart, please continue to support us. We appreciate it so much. And please consider becoming a monthly donor.
Yes.
And thank you so much, Celeste.
Oh, no problem. It was a pleasure. Yeah. Happy birthday, South Suburban Family Shelter. It's definitely a pleasure to be a part of this organization. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Bye.